What is up, guys? It is Dev and I'm here with another video for you guys. Now in today's video we are talking about the one, the only Jake Paul. Okay, now to be serious, Jake Paul has done a lot of stuff in the recent weeks, and the big story mainly between FaZe Banks and Jake Paul. They're brawling over Twitter, and I've been doing a lot of research the past few days trying to get the full story. And I mean, so much has been happening recently. I mean, especially when my grandfather died. You guys probably know about that. That was like a couple months ago. And then also a lot of other stuff has been happening. I recently got back from a couple summer camps that I went to, and I was sick the last week, so stuff has been really crazy. But finally I was able to sit down for a few days, you know, take some notes. Even then stuff was happening. I mean, some stuff happened today. I mean, I was kind of busy earlier today, but I was able to get home, finish my research, and, you know, make a video for you guys. So without further ado, let's get on the video. Now our story starts out, I think this was August 15th. No, it was like the 18th. Anyway, so this was the past like 5 days. Now Jake Paul's assistant Meg Zelly actually came out with a video basically saying, and it was titled something like "My assistant was assaulted." So in this video, I think it's Erica Costell, Meg Zelly, Jake Paul, and then I can't remember, it's like Chance or Anthony or someone. I don't know. I can't remember who was on the furthest to the right. But anyway, so it's the four of them and they sat down. I only watched like little portions of the video. I'm going to say in this that I'm not totally 100% sure that all this information that I'm gathering is true, because, you know, there are limited sources when it comes to YouTube drama news. I trust some of the sources I'm getting my information from, but obviously at the same time, a lot of this is just from Twitter posts and YouTube videos. So I just want to say that because I've had a couple fans question the legitimacy of a couple of my videos. It's basically more of a timeline now than a like saying here's some facts, I think this is what's going to happen, because I was taking notes. This is collected over the past like 5 days and I have a couple pages of it. So I just want to say that now this is more of a timeline so you guys can see how it played out, because I could just give like what's going on, because basically at the end of this, the side that was proven right, and there's evidence that I'm not going to spoil it for you guys if you don't know, but one side was proven right at the end of this. So if you want to know and get a full picture of the story, just continue watching. Anyway, so Meg thinks that Banks actually assaulted her, and she claims that she was held in a chokehold and actually got the wind knocked out of her and was also dragged by the neck. Now these are huge claims to be making about someone like big as FaZe Banks. Like, you know, a lot now because of this. I mean, FaZe Banks has done some stuff that would seem as aggressive, but what I've heard from a lot of his friends, that he's actually really nice, and I can see that, but also, you know, that could be opinionated. I'm trying to stay non-biased on this. I will give my opinion on Jake Paul at the end of the video and probably in between this. I mean, basically it's hard to talk about Jake Paul without giving your opinion. I mean, especially when I've done this much research and seen a lot about a lot of the crap he's done. I'm pretty sure you guys can already start to tell where I stand on this issue. Anyways, so also Meg claims that Banks was making out with another girl. Now, probably if you guys know anything about FaZe Banks, he's actually dating Jake Paul's ex-girlfriend Alyssa Violet. So obviously, you know, Jake is gonna be mad, obviously, at Banks. Originally, he kicked out Alyssa, and there are some claims that Alyssa made for Jake that I will talk about later in the video. And FaZe Banks actually tweets out saying everything about this Jake Paul video is a fucking lie, making a response to this shit right now. These kids are so fucked for this. Now obviously he swore 3 times in this tweet, so obviously you can tell he's mad. Now this is the day after the incident at Warwick, which was the restaurant, club, bar, whatever it was. Now Alyssa Violet tweets out along with FaZe Banks' response, says the real truth is about to come out, shoulda never lied, tornadoes coming. So obviously her and Banks are really mad about these claims. Now Banks was actually there with several other people, and now one of them was a YouTuber named Taylor Kniff, and he says, I don't want to get involved, but these Team 10 kids are lying. I was with Banks Wednesday night. I reserved my own table with a friend. We was minding our own business, great grammar Taylor. Then some Max kid comes up and says he owns Team 10 and then tries blacking us out at our own table. Tells me 17 times times not to tell Jake that he's hanging out with me, like I invited this kid to hang out, and then he proceeds to ask for substances like I sell drugs. Banks was never with another female. He was having a blast minding his own business. Me and Banks have been going out for years, business related. We're just having fun and never have had a problem. So obviously Banks has someone to back up his story that he didn't do anything, and this is like the first real insight that we were able to see into the situation. And he actually then a few hours later after his tweet, the original tweet was at 11:45. Now this tweet is at 1:12, and this is the same day on August 12th. Now this was a couple hours later, and he says, "This is way beyond internet beef at this point. I promise you guys I'm pursuing legal action to the highest degree in addition to my response. You can't get much lower than this as a human. I have no words." Obviously he's getting really mad, and obviously now it's not internet beef. Like, he didn't say it was internet beef anymore. He's pursuing legal action. If they are lying, it's obviously that they can get in serious trouble. Like, you can't just throw around the claim of someone assaulting you without having evidence. Like, she did try to have some evidence, but I'm just saying Banks' side seems to have a lot more evidence, especially when we get later into this story. Now Nick Crompton, the England is my city guy, tweeted out these DMs that he had with Banks. This was the night it happened, or the day after, I don't know, but it says, "We would never lie to our fans. This is a serious matter, and now it's in the police's hands." So, you know, they did say in the video that they were filing a police report. So the DMs say, "But she walked by your table last night at Warwick, and you basically clotheslined her." Wait, what the fuck? Who even is that? And are you 100% sure it's me and I did that? Not gonna lie, I don't remember much, but I was definitely at Warwick last night. I'm like a really big guy, and sometimes I'm unaware of like my surroundings and shit. Obviously, if I actually did that, I'm 10,000% sorry on accident, and I'm really sorry. I lost my phone last night and had someone else's phone when I woke up. Almost got arrested, got into a fight. Sorry. Now, obviously, I wanted to know if this fight is related to this incident that Meg is claiming or something else. Now, actually, H3 Productions actually got Jake Paul to talk about this situation, and here's just a little bit and a few snippets and highlights from that interview.
Warwick, the club that they're at, has cameras, and because there's a police report,
so the truth will come out.
The truth will come out. That's all I want to say. I trust that the police are going to handle it. FaZe, whoever, the other people there can say whatever they want.
This isn't even beef anymore. This is just like straight up criminal.
Now Banks actually saw this interview and he responded with, and here this is where he's quoting H3, "Whoever they are probably didn't choke out a girl. H3 Productions. Really, dude? This shit is so unfair and uncalled for. H3 is like my top 3 favorite YouTubers of all time, and to see this truly breaks my heart." Now Banks was actually very upset because he thinks that Ethan, H3, is siding with Jake over him. And obviously, you know, when you have a lot of respect and they're kind of turning against you, you know, obviously that's not going to feel good. Now, actually, this one tweet came out from this one person. It says, "Meg didn't even seem to have a bruise in Erica's vlog. If you look closely, you know, the bruise that she supposedly had in Jake Paul's video doesn't even seem to be there in Erica's vlog. So what the hell is going on?" Now this is where stuff gets really crazy, because Alyssa Violet says, "Oh, you want to talk about assault, Jake? Sit your ass down. Do you guys know why I have a bunch of scars and permanent bruises on my body?" Now she's actually throwing abuse claims at Jake Paul, and here's actually a couple pictures of what she was saying that she got from Jake Paul, and she actually said she got like dragged down the stairs, which is how she got the bruise on her leg, on her knee. And obviously that looks, if it's still there and that was like a year ago or something, that must have hurt really bad. Like I remember one time in 2nd grade I got thrown down the stairs, but like being dragged down the stairs, like this is insane. And there's even more crazy claims about Jake Paul that I'm going to talk about in a few minutes that you guys will probably be really shocked about. So then Alyssa Violet responds to Nick Crompton saying, "Wait, but who are the people feeding Banks 6 bottles of alcohol. Team 10 members who spent $4,000 on alcohol at his table. Team 10 members. So obviously she's trying to make it very clear that Team 10 members were trying to make FaZe Banks drunk. Now, following that tweet that Alyssa tweeted out about Nick Crompton, she follows with, "He never touched that girl. He never cheated on me. There was 10 of our friends at that table who witnessed the entire thing." So obviously there's 10 people who can testify if they ever go into court. I really think it's in Banks's favor. Now, FaZe Banks actually thinks that someone drugged him. Now, this can correlate with Alyssa's tweet about them buying tons and tons of alcohol. So maybe they weren't trying to drug him, but he was like talking about like maybe someone crushed a pill and put it in his drink and laced it with something. But I kind of think since they said that they spent $4,000 on alcohol, I think they're just trying to get him blacked out drunk so that they could use him in this situation. Now, this next part actually comes from Alyssa Violet, and she says, "It's super easy to make a fake bruise out of makeup. I've done it before for a costume and it looked pretty damn real." So obviously Alyssa Violet is thinking that Meg Zelly's bruise is actually fake and it's actually just makeup, which I can see could actually be totally true. I mean, pretty easy to actually make a bruise. Now, I'm sorry if this video seems to be jumping around a bit. I think I messed up a little bit in my research. I'm looking through it right now. I'm like reading it, trying to make sure I got everything. Parts where it seems to jump a bit, I'm just like, there's like moments where I'm like pausing, looking it over and making sure that I got everything. And so one thing I forgot to mention as I was reading this was actually somehow later down my script. Alyssa Violet, along in that video where she was saying that Jake Paul actually abused her, she was saying that Erica Costello was actually being abused, which I think, you know, that could be totally be true. Like, we don't know. But then Erica Costello responds to that saying, "I want to clear the air. Jake has never harmed me in any shape or form, but let's not take away from this importance of what's going on. Aggression towards anyone under any circumstance, including myself, is unacceptable. We should be focusing on the issue at hand and not the drama surrounding it." Well, I got something to say about that, but not focusing on the drama surrounding it. Today and yesterday, like, you, Erica, you have been like trying to, I think Meg too, like they are just trying to get so much media, and they're trying to get so much media coverage. You're still focusing on the drama at hand. You're trying to accuse Banks of this, and I actually got something to back up my claim of why they're just trying to do this for attention later in the video. Like, I do have stuff to back this up. And actually FaZe Banks tweets this out saying more testimonials, and then this is from someone named Liz. I don't know who Liz is, probably a YouTuber or some Instagram model, I don't know, but it says, "Where are you guys?" And it says, "Just watch your video. I don't know if you remember, but I was with you the entire night, even after, so I know it's not true. I was sitting with you the entire time because I was using your Juul for most of the night. And then Nija and Keefe were telling me to take care of you because I was the only sober one, so I was keeping you in my sight the entire time. And did I kiss and hit anyone? No." So obviously this is showing that, you know, here's another testimonial from someone. You know, he's got two people. He's got both Taylor Kniff and Liz to back up his claim of that he didn't do anything. You know, there's already two people coming out that said they were with him that night, and there is security footage of it, and I'll talk more about the security footage and what Warwick has in response to that. Now, actually, Logan Paul, Jake Paul's brother, uploaded a vlog talking about the whole situation, defending his brother, and FaZe Banks replies to this entire vlog and says, "I'm not surprised Logan is supporting his brother through this. Any good brother would do that. I'd do that. I'd knock him for it. But facts are facts, and things they said about me yesterday are not okay." And he also says, "There were 2 security guards at our table the entire night, and the club was packed. Use your brain. If this situation happened as described, don't you think I would have been kicked out, jumped by every single guy there, recorded by someone, think about it. I just want you guys to pause the video and let those couple of tweets sink in. Now, Gustavo is this one person who's doing a lot of research into the situation, and he says, remember when Meg was assaulted by the father of a fan and Jake never mentioned nothing? But when it's about Banks, he makes the entire video about it. This is kind of where the part what I was saying earlier, that Erica Costell, Meg, and Jake were just trying to use Banks for attention and to get a social media presence. I don't know if this fan assault was true. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't have any information on that one. I just saw a video where Erica and Meg were talking about it, but obviously they just talked about it in that, and from what I know, at least from Gustavo's point, then Jake never talked about it. I didn't look into that, but maybe he did talk about it, but I'm not sure. And FaZe Banks actually responds to that saying, Megan was assaulted a few weeks ago too. Interesting. Why didn't they mention that in a YouTube video about this? And actually, FaZe Banks also tweets out saying, doesn't seem to add up. And he tweets, how fast does a bruise develop? And obviously Google a lot of times will quote a top search result in like these questions, and it says, when you first get a bruise, it's kind of a reddish as the blood appears under the skin. Within 1 to 2 days, the hemoglobin, an iron containing substance that carries oxygen in the blood, changes and your bruise turns to a bluish purple or even blackish. After 5 to 10 days, the bruise turns greenish and yellowish. And then he says, it's important to note that Logan made a video on Friday, not even a full 2 days after, and reported that the bruise was to look green/yellowish. And the thing is, now according to Google at least, or I don't know what source that is from, but it says 5 to 10 days, and I've heard this by many people, and when I've gotten bruises, they usually will stay purple for like 5 days, and then they'll start to turn into like a so like a greenish yellowish after that, and then after like a couple weeks they'll go away. That's usually what happens. But apparently, and the thing is, this bruise that's on Meg, Keemstar had a tweet. I don't have it screenshot, you guys can just go look for it, but he did tweet, how does this mystery bruise keep appearing and then disappearing? From what I can tell, I think it stayed the same the past few days, and what I can tell, it looks the same. Like after it's been like, it happened like on August 18th, so I'm kind of thinking it would change by now, at least. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking that it would change faster, I don't know. But also there was a random tweet, now I might have a screenshot for it, hold on, let me check. Anyway, so I'll just put the screenshot on screen right now, but I don't have it with me right now, but I'll put it in post editing. Meg was tweeting, I get 5 to 10 random bruises, and also someone else, I think it was like a bodybuilder or something, I'm just doing this off the top of my head right now, actually showed that a chokehold can't really give you a bruise, and if it does, it's very rare. So Meg actually posted a video of her actually using some makeup remover or facial cleaning towelettes. So this is supposed to clean your face, and supposedly she says remove makeup, but the thing is, she didn't pull, from what we can tell, like, I mean, she did it like away from off camera, but it looks like she didn't even take out a fresh towel that would be wet. It looked like it was dry, and I use damp eyeglass cleaners all the time because I wear glasses. The dry cleaners don't do shit, okay? They don't do shit. If anything, they're gonna just fuck up your glasses. And this video looks dry, and she barely even did anything. Like, she brushed it. Just watch this.
I believe that some of you don't think that this is real, which I've believed things that are not true also. So I'm just gonna set some things straight for everyone right now. Let me just put you guys down there. This is a makeup wipe that I used last night to take off mascara and eyeshadow. They work really well. I use them almost every single night. You'll see. I'm gonna just towelette. So basically, I'm just gonna use it like how I would use taking off makeup. I like to fold them up. I mean, what do you guys think?
And actually, someone else, I found this tweet, but it says, please explain this, laughing emoji. And first you have a screenshot of her holding up the towelettes, and then here's a close-up, and then I don't know what this is from, but this is probably from some website, I don't know, so I can't confirm that this is 100% true, but it says cons. Irritates skin, doesn't remove makeup. So if this is actually from a credible source, then they're basically saying it doesn't even remove makeup. It doesn't even remove any makeup. You gotta use a makeup remover. I think these towelettes are actually used for acne. And this next part actually comes from this one YouTuber named Astronova, who I think is in Dare. She's the one gaming YouTuber. It says Soar, but then when I went to our YouTube channel, it said Dare Astronova. I don't know if Dare and Soar are related. So basically, she tweeted out saying easy peasy, and she used a dry cloth and just started rubbing it on her, and she made a fake bruise, and she started rubbing it and nothing came off, and she was like really scrubbing it. And another YouTuber, I'll just find the video, I can't remember, but she did the same thing, and she used the exact same one. And just watch this video.
So I actually have the wipes that Meg used in her video. These are the Burt's Bees exfoliating like facial cleansing towelettes. They look like this. They're just like normal towelettes. I put a fake bruise on myself. See, I made it like splotchy, and like I made it like look like an actual bruise. Just like Tori May did in her video. I watched her video, then I saw she did a fake bruise. I used this palette with a bunch of colors in it to make a bruise. So I'm just going to take this towelette and I'm going to wipe it just like Meg did on her bruise, and I'm going to show you what comes off of it. So I have this towelette. I'm just going to, a little bit more, I'm going to just, nothing came off. Yep, literally nothing's coming off of this. I don't know if you guys see this, but I don't see anything coming off. I just see the actual bruise smudging, but I don't see anything coming off of this. I'll put it in the light just to show you. I have this lamp right here. I don't really see anything coming off of this. So I'm pretty sure Meg is lying.
Now, Erica Costell actually came out with a video basically exposing Keemstar for making jokes about abuse. But then actually, this was yesterday of the time that I'm recording. It says, "Dear Erica Costell, you said no one should make jokes about quote abuse, and then explain why your assistant Meg got busted, then changed it." And it's this Instagram picture and says, "Watermelon is the best sour flavor, and I'll physically abuse anyone who says otherwise." And then after that, basically she was exposed and she was getting a lot of hate for it. Meg actually replaced it to, "Watermelon is the best sour flavor, and I'll cuddle you to death if you say otherwise." So obviously you can see here that she changed it. Keemstar challenged Erica Costell to prove that Meg was assaulted by FaZe Banks, and if she can't, she has to leave YouTube. But FaZe Banks has also accepted the challenge and said that he would leave YouTube if it was proven that he abused Meg. Now, this is just something that happened today, but Max Beaumont, the kid earlier that was like asking him for substances, actually left Team 10 so he could do an interview with Banks, and actually he basically just straight up says that he had never seen Banks kiss a girl. Now this is where I think that we really find out that Banks is innocent in this situation. Warwick actually came out and said that they reviewed it multiple times with like lawyers and I think experts. They watched Meg and Banks the entire night from multiple camera angles and could not find not a single piece of evidence that Banks did anything. And you know what? This really pisses me off, because after this came out, Erica Costell and Meg Zelly were actually interviewed by Fox 11 Los Angeles. I'm not trying to start beef in the comments section or anything, but personally myself, I really don't trust Fox. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will agree with me, but Fox is basically just propaganda at this point. So you can just look it up and like Erica Costell and Meg Zelly interview Fox 11 Los Angeles, and it'll just come up and you can watch the interview. In this interview, all they mention is their claims. They don't say any evidence. They don't have a single piece of evidence in this entire interview, which really gets me to think, you know, at this point, I think they're just doing it for publicity. I mean, Warwick has came out and definitively said that nothing happened. Like, what the fuck is going on? Alright guys, it is 2 days later on August 25th, and I just listened to XXXTentacion's new album, 17, and it is amazing, especially with someone like me who suffered with depression. This was 4th grade. I mean, me talking about 4th grade. If you want to know more about my story with depression, I'm thinking of doing it for 1,000 subscriber special. I know I was going to do a face reveal for 1,000 subscribers, but I think I'm going to actually do that for 200, because I just feel like by the time I get to 1,000 subscribers, that'd be like 2 years from now probably, if we're going at the same rate. So I mean, 200 subscribers is like, I'm estimating maybe like 6 months away, maybe like 2018 we'll hit it. I mean, we're only like 2 subscribers away from 150, and for 150 I'm actually doing, I have actually no idea what I'm gonna do for 150. So let me know in the comment section below what I should do for 150 subscribers. Now let's get back to the video. Now you guys know that Jake Paul was swatted by the fire department, and actually 4 times in one day. It was pretty crazy. I'll just put a picture of one of the articles on screen. Now this next story is something that really pissed me off, and if you guys are a Post Malone fan and you heard about this probably also pissed you off. But actually, Jake Paul doxed Post Malone. Now Post Malone, he kind of really hates Jake Paul, and he's dissed Jake Paul before, and obviously he doesn't like what Jake Paul does. So Post Malone ordered a bunch of merchandise from Jake Paul's merch store. I know it's not, but it's not sound like a god church. Oh my god, that was so cringy. Jake Paul actually was able to get Post Malone's address from the company that was shipping out all the packages and stuff. So he actually went to Post Malone's house and, you know, knocked on the door and just did all this stuff. I can't remember. I think he like knocked on the door and then, you know, just went up to his house, and he posted in a vlog and just vlogged Post Malone's entire house, basically exposing where he lives. And I haven't watched it because I don't want to figure out where Post Malone lives, and even if I did figure out where he lived, I wouldn't go to his house because that's just creepy and that's just weird, and probably Post Malone's getting a bunch of fans to his house. So if you get a celebrity or influential person's address, don't go to their house, okay? That's just creepy. Unless they give you permission to go onto their property, don't go up to their house, okay? And actually, there was a person who trespassed onto Rice Gum's house recently that was on Scares Today. And another story that came out recently, this was just yesterday, the police actually told Jake Paul that if he ever vlogged in the Team 10 house, he could actually face up to like 6 months in jail. This is absolutely insane, and I'm pretty sure neighbors are just tired of Jake Paul, and especially from some of the stuff he did. And actually KTLA, you guys probably heard about this incident, but Jake Paul was super rude to the media and the reporter that was interviewing him. I mean, just watch this clip. I mean, I am just so disgusted with Jake Paul's behavior.
Tonight, residents in a West Hollywood neighborhood are angry. They say they've had enough of the chaos created by a social media star known for his crazy antics. That man, Jake Paul, has 8.5 million followers on YouTube.
His neighbors, though, say that he's been filming dangerous stunts and he's putting people in danger. Chris Wolf is live in West Hollywood tonight with a story you will see only here on 5. Chris?
That's right, Rick and MB. He is a social media megastar. His name is Jake Paul. We should note he has been a guest on the KTLA 5 morning show, but tonight we visited his West Hollywood neighborhood because of complaints from neighbors. This is a story you will see only on 5. Social media and internet sensation Jake Paul thrills his fans with wild stunts and antics. Take your left hand off and push. That's a new. The 20-year-old Disney actor is a pop culture powerhouse with 8.5 million followers on Instagram and YouTube. He rents a large house in an upscale West Hollywood neighborhood, and this tight-knit community has become the new setting for many of his pranks and performances.
The neighbors hate me, but I'm still gonna flip and send it.
He apparently makes his address no secret, and that piece of information draws an endless stream of fans, mostly young girls, the day we visited, and their parents, to the property.
He's funny. Savage.
Savage?
Yeah.
A recent stunt involved tossing furniture into an empty pool and setting the pile on fire. Neighbors say flames eventually grew higher than the house, and as the pit was burning and smoking, they were fuming.
We used to be a really nice, quiet street, and now we're just this, like, war zone. We're families here, and we're more than happy to have them live here if they're respectful of their neighbors, but they're not.
But as neighbors living with this every day, we're fed up.
Look at them. Shortly after we arrived, look who came out to greet us.
Jake, Channel 5.
Yeah, they're not subscribed. They're not subscribed.
Are we live?
Hablamos español también.
Oh, está bien, te amo mucho.
Jake, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't crawl up there.
Why?
Okay. I just wouldn't do that. A lot of the neighbors are complaining. They're very upset.
No, why?
They say that you've created a living hell out here. That it's like a circus.
Yeah, it is.
All the fans.
I mean, but people
stunts,
like going to circuses, right?
What do you say to the neighbors, though, that are upset? And they're really upset.
No, I honestly...
Can't beat them, join them.
No, I'm honestly, yeah, it's terrible. It's a bad situation. No, I feel bad for them, for sure. There's nothing we could do, though. The Jake Paulers are the strongest army out there, Dab. I have one question for you.
Yeah?
What are those?
I guess he didn't like my shoes, but I don't think they're so bad. Neighbors I spoke with tell me next week they're going to have a special meeting with city leaders and police and code enforcement officials and so forth. Depending on what happens there, they will decide whether to file a class action public nuisance lawsuit against Jake Paul and the homeowner. We'll keep you posted. Live in West Hollywood, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Wolfie, we thank you for that.
I mean, if you just watch that, he's just acting like a 13-year-old, 12-year-old kid. Another thing that happened to one of my friends. Now, this is my friend Thomas Will 1. I don't know if you guys know him or not. I mean, I think I have him in my YouTube friends list, so maybe like 1 or 2 of you. He's probably watching this video right now. But the thing is, he actually made a video on Jake Paul, and the kid's got 40, 50 subscribers, and Jake Paul's network wet their pants and took it down. Now this is right before the H3H3 fair use lawsuit, so obviously this is so funny because the network scale hub, just this one YouTuber with 50 subscribers, I'm not trying to make fun of his sub count, even me, if they took down my video, I'm just a YouTuber with like no view, that gets like no views. I only get like 40, 50 views a video, like 30, 40, 50 views a video. I got like 150 subs, and they wet their pants and take down this video. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm actually gonna keep a copy of this video on my computer for like months, so that just in case Jake Paul freaks out and takes down this video, I can just re-upload it. And I don't care if he takes it down. Unless I get a strike, I'm re-uploading it, because I don't give a shit. Unless my channel gets a strike, then I do give a shit. Anyways, moving on. Now this next story actually just came out today. So you guys probably know that Jake Paul was on the Disney show Bizaardvark. Now the thing is, I think it was like 2 months ago, it was like in July or something, he actually supposedly, quote, left Bizaardvark, and they came to a conclusion that he said it was like his idea to leave because, you know, he wanted to go on and do bigger and better things. But the thing is, right, now this happened right after that KTLA incident, so this was like late July, so this was like, I guess this was a month ago. Because of that KTLA incident, Jake Paul actually was fired from Disney, and they're just like, you know what, fuck it, you know, get out of here. He finally admitted to this today. So basically he lied to his fans, which makes me think about this whole FaZe Banks situation. Like, I don't know if this is the first time he's been caught lying, but at least for what I know, this is the first time that Jake Paul, for at least what I know, has been truly caught lying on something really big. And he's probably losing a ton of subscribers right now. And I mean, earlier with the whole whole FaZe Banks versus Meg Zelly, Erica Costello, and Jake Paul thing, he lost a ton of subscribers. Like, he hit 10 million and then lost like 100,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And here's actually just a Social Blade screenshot of just showing how many subscribers he lost. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys are wondering where I stand on the Jake Paul versus FaZe Banks issue, I actually am siding with FaZe Banks because I just feel like there's so much information. As long as this information is true, there's so much information that supports Banks's claims, and I mean, Meg Zelly has just been proven wrong over and over and over again. And I mean, especially with the Fox 11 LA interview, I mean, they didn't even state any claims. Like I said before, they could be lying with this. I just support Banks in this situation. I really heavily dislike, you know what, I'm gonna just say it. Fuck you, Jake Paul. You're a piece of shit and I hate you. Pretty sure I triggered a lot of Jake Paul fans and probably lost like 2 subscribers because people leave. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Can we get this video to 8 likes? That'd be really great. And if we get this to 8 likes and there's a bunch of more crap that goes down with Jake Paul, I will definitely make a part 2 to this video if more stuff goes down and if we get to 8 likes. So here we get to 8 likes or more stuff goes down with Jake Paul. And I'm gonna just end the video here, and I'll see you guys on my next video.